Hello, nice to see you. Welcome to the afternoon session of the Friday of the Forza Textile Week 2025. I'm Kirita Lauri from Välitila Studio, which is a makerspace for textile techniques in Helsinki. There I host different textile makers and facilitate all things textile. This type of facilitation I have never done before, so this is my very first time ever as a moderator, but I'm not at all worried, not the slightest, because we have such a wonderful set of speakers that as long as I let them speak, it will be very much all right. During the next hours, we will hear from 6 experts with each unique point of views to the textile practice. The topics will range from the value of tradition and heritage to the potential of innovation and modern technology and AI. A lot of techniques will be covered. There will be weaving, knitting, fiber works. But I find that there's a underlying common theme in all of these talks, which is collaboration. And I'm very happy about that, because as we all know, the best of things, the magic usually happens in engagement and shared experiences, cooperation, different partnerships. As we have going on here at the Textile Week now, textile-minded people getting together and creating and sharing experiences. Okay, that's what I have to say about this, and I'll give the floor to the speakers. So I'm very eager to get to it. Our first speaker comes from Estonia. Kadi Pajupuu acts as a professor at Pallas University of Applied Sciences, and she's a textile artist and an innovator, known for example, the rail reed, an adjustable reed, and multi-weave technique, three-dimensional weaving technique, which some of you lucky may be able to experience tomorrow in her workshop. And I believe we're going to hear about weaving projects and some cooperation with the Estonian textile industry. Thank you. Welcome.
Hello, it's very nice to be here. Thank you for the invitation. And thank you, organizers. So I'm Kadi, an inventor from Pallas University. My university is in Tartu. And if you want to get more of our textile projects, then just in the morning I heard that our presentation at New York Textile Month will be on 18th of September. It's online, so please join. And on 20th of September, we will be giving also multi-weave presentation in a very interesting event that is called Alpaca 2025. And it's about algorithmic patterns. And I know that many of you, or many of us, think that textile patterning and mathematics is very tightly woven together. So please mark in your calendar. So I am going to talk about my feelings about textile industry. And textile industry in Estonia, it's very complicated because we have had very powerful factories in Narva, and they are all diminished or gone out of business. And even in the last 3 years, some very interesting textile factories have gone into bankruptcy. So I'm very much appreciating the few textile factories that we still have left, and I'm talking about those that our department or have had some kind of cooperation with. So these are the main points. So the living heritage, possibility to see old machinery, design for industry projects with specific producers. So using leftover materials, creative reuse, material innovation, developing new materials, and these are what we have done. And also internships, when our students get to work in those factories. So geographically, those factories are situated in these dots. So the pink ones are what I call like living heritage, because they are wool mills that still have the old machinery, sometimes even as in Kapala wool mill from 19th century. And then those places that we are doing cooperation with in a theme of material innovation or development are marked green, and also some design projects. So Kapala Wool Mill Museum is a very special place, and I don't know if in Finland there are still those spinning machines that work like this, that a guy walks with this machine. Then this part of the machine is moving on rails. So this man can demonstrate it here. So the other interesting factory is in Hiiumaa Island. It's started with a textile artist, Tiiu Valdma, and her family is keeping alive this old wool mill. And their business idea is also that they have their own product line, and they are using only local wool from Hiiumaa Island. So, although not a factory, but I'd like to point out that there's a textile designer, Eva-Liisa Kriis, who is passionate about textile machinery, and she has very cool museum in Vändra. And she's also making, she's putting in order all kinds of more complicated looms, and also makes courses there. So Ade Lung, I think the left picture is by Kristina, because this is a factory that we always like to show our guests. It's situated some 20 kilometers from Tallinn, and they have a huge stock of woolen yarns. And in the good times, buses with craftspeople were visiting this factory. So the other direction of our wool mills is that some active people are buying new small wool mill machinery. So one factory, this Muru Villavabrik, is, I think that Liisi will also maybe tell about it. There is the owner is a lady who is a mathematician by her education, and if you want to develop some special yarns, so this is, I think, the most appropriate place for this very cooperative and very nice people. So design for industry, at Pallas we have a nice rug project that started by chance. So as one of my inventions is this adjustable weaving reed, rail reed. And once I get the email from India, and they bought this adjustable reed, but then we kept on talking, and they said that in fact we are a company in India, and we are searching for a designer in Europe, because they had a market in the States and not in Europe. And then it ended up so that now we have made several years, our students have made designs for this company. And together with this project, we started to develop weaving machine materials at Haine factory, which is in Tartu. And these are our teachers at Pallas with those Indian factory owners. It's a family business, and Maritrin here is happy with seeing at the big carpet fair her design. And now Maritrin is already together with Liisi, is supervising this course. So it's a very nice option, and as most of the cooperation, there has to be a contact between people. So this is one very nice sample. Also very high quality tufted carpets are made in Vandra. Company name is Valley, and they are making hand tufted carpets. And it's said that they are one of the best in Europe. With them, we have had such cooperation that Tekero, which is one design company, made a tufted carpet design competition. So competitions are also a way to get students acquainted with different customers and different production options. This is the site of Tekero, and Tekero is that way very. They have a mission, because in their portfolio there's a whole lot of designs by Estonian designers. But my most favorite factory is Haine. This is a ribbon factory. And what we can do there is that we bring our own wool, and they let us to use one of the machines that they don't use in their production. So these are some works by students who work with those materials. And during the cafe break, you can please touch those samples that we show in this neighboring hall. And here are some student projects. And here is how we also use materials made in Haine factory. And also some upcycling projects. Leftover industrial felt from Samelin, from Adelung. And the Haine factory is especially cool because they are so open to cooperation. And Outi Martikainen from Finland is ordering materials from them, and Sviatisel from Sweden bought this 2.5 kilometers of ribbon for this chair. And what is good is that 3 graduates from our department are now working in Haine. So we are open to cooperation, and 2 books published by Pallas will also be on display together with these ribbons. One about weaving warp and weft manipulation, and the other is multi-weave that we will be talking all the time, and also the workshop will be tomorrow morning. Thank you very much.